Hello,
Hi, how are you?
I am great. Thank you. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. And what's your name?
My name is Ramzan.
Ramzan.
Yes.
Okay, good. And I am Edna.
Oh, okay, great. So, what's your profession?
I'm a teacher.
Okay, so you also help to learn public speaking?
Not necessarily.
Uh-huh.
I don't have specialties in that specific area, but I can help you with a few things if you'd like.
Which things you can help me?
For example, if you do want to learn how to speak in public, I can give you some tips, but I
Mhm.
am not a professional, tutor in that area.
Okay, no problem. So, what are the tips which you can suggest me?
Okay, number one is to make sure you read whatever it is that you're going to speak on.
Uh-huh.
Make sure you've written it down and you read through it several times in front of the mirror.
Okay.
And another thing is, after reading it, it should be stuck in your mind. You should be able to know what it says without having to look on your sheet.
Okay.
So once you get in front of people,
Mm-hmm.
let me if, for example, if this is your sheet, after reading the first line, you should be able to look up and say the rest of the sentence whilst looking to the crowd. So,
Okay.
for example, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is blah, 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 and I'm here to speak to you on delivery. So, delivery in a few words is so you look on your paper just for a little bit of the sentence, and
Mm-hmm.
then the rest you have to look up while speaking. You
Okay.
should not be like this the whole time. No. So it's very important that you practice it constantly so that it's in your head.
Okay.
Apart from not looking on the sheet, it also helps you with your confidence
Mm-hmm.
because you rehearsed this several times. You are aware of what you're going to say, so you are more confident. Also, make sure that whatever you're going to wear that
Mm-hmm.
day, you prepare it ahead of time. So
Yes, yes,
you
of course.
know Yes, you know what it is that you're going to wear so that it's not when you get there that you start feeling uncomfortable or you're wondering, like, is this the right attire and all that. You have to do all the things you need to do so that when you are standing in front of the audience, you are not distracted by any other thought.
Yes, because if we are not having good or quality content which we have prepared, so we will be start losing the confidence, and audience will get to know that we are losing confidence, and they get distracted, and somehow
Exactly.
the whole thing would be damaged.
It will go downhill. Yes.
Yes.
Another thing to try and do is usually at the beginning of your speech,
Uh-huh.
it's best to give maybe some facts. For example, let's say if you're going to talk about cats, you can begin your speech with, um, did you know that about 2 million cats die due to something, something virus?
Mm-hmm.
So it's some kind of fact that, well, so if people are busy doing something, when you say that, they'll be like, I didn't know that. And it draws their attention. And now they want to listen to what else you have to say.
Uh-huh.
So instead of starting it in a boring way, like, oh, I'm coming to talk about cats, and we all know that cats are felines and they have fur and they have a tail, nobody cares. But if you start with something interesting, a fact that most people are not likely to know, it draws their attention and they're more willing to listen to the rest of your speech.
Yes,
And
correct. So you mean that we need to quote some sentence which attract the audience,
absolutely, yes.
and it would be continued the rest of the speech, because they just have that kind of eagerness that in the coming speech we will have more useful things.
Exactly, exactly, yes. And it will
So
be good. Mhm.
you have this profession, I mean, you are only teaching English, or you have any other profession?
I'm also a teacher at an
Mhm.
American international school in my country.
Okay,
And
so
mhm,
yes, yes, go ahead.
over there, I teach little children. So between the ages of 5 and 7,
Hmm.
I teach from all subjects. So math, science, English, social studies. So that's what
Okay,
I do.
great. So yes, continue. Go ahead with the public speaking tips.
Okay. So another thing I would say is when you're getting to the end,
Mm-hmm.
it's always good to try and summarize what you said so
Okay.
that it's fresh in people's minds. But how do I say it? If it's possible to put some kind of joke or
Mm-hmm.
maybe another interesting fact just
Okay.
before you start summarizing, that will also be another good thing. So for those whose minds have, for some reason, started drifting off, with a joke or something like that, it revives them and they remember, oh, I'm supposed to be listening to something interesting. So once you get their attention again with that, then you summarize what you've said. So
Okay.
that way, when they leave your meeting, they will actually remember what this guy spoke about.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
So you think that if we are starting our speech with some exercise, because in most of the cases people who are public speakers, so they say the audience that you need to rub your hands or maybe do something like this. So is it good to do such activities?
Yes, it is actually very good.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, just have at the back of your mind that it may not work out as good as you hope it will, depending on your audience.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes some audiences they just don't care. They did not come and do any type of physical whatever, so it may not work too well. But it also depends on you and
Mm-hmm.
how you instruct them on doing what they're doing.
Okay.
So sometimes it's good to picture people as children. Even though we are all grown, we have childish minds. If you make it seem like something fun, something amazing that they would love to, engage in, then they
Mm-hmm.
will do it. For example, if you want them to rub their hands. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Can we please stand and everybody please stand? Can you rub your hands together like this? If you say like that,
Yeah.
all right, everybody, now we're going to do an amazing exercise. On your feet, everyone on your feet. Okay, now your two hands, let me see your two hands. Put them together and rub like this. Let's see, how quick can you go? Fast, faster, fast. So the way the
Yes.
enthusiasm you use, as if you're teaching children, to approach. So
So
it
you mean
depends on
that we need to have that kind of energy that
ab-
audience could accept our opinion, right?
absolutely, yes.
Or maybe the advice which we are providing to them. So in that way, they get attracted by the activity because they
Mhm.
would be thinking that yes, this activity is helping us to listen to him, or maybe something good is going to be happening, right?
Exactly, yes. Even though we are old, we all love fun things. We all love things that seem exciting or seem like play, in other words. So if you make it seem like we're playing or we're having fun, people are more inclined to do what you say. Mhm.
Correct,
Yeah,
correct. So, other than that, there are people who are also starting their speeches by asking the questions to the audience.
absolutely, yes.
So, is it fine?
Yes, you can do that, but it's not always that you get people responding.
Yes,
So
correct.
sometimes, if you realize the questions they ask are usually rhetorical or questions that they should answer like in their minds or to themselves, not questions that you are actually expecting them to give you a verbal answer. Do you get what I
Okay.
mean? Yes. So it's not a question that you are hoping somebody will raise their hand and answer, but it's a question that you have them sit down and think, yeah, I wonder how many children do I really want to have? That type of question where they sit and think about the answer. So yeah, that is also a good way to go about it. Questions.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
right. So, have you done before any public speaking?
Overall,
So,
actually,
in your college or after that college?
yes, during college, usually when we're presenting our theses in front
Uh-huh.
of the panel and all that, and then also even at work, sometimes we have to present things to do with our team or our level of students. So yeah,
Okay, so okay, no problem. So thank you so much. I got a lot of
welcome.
value from your from your lecture. So
All right.
thank